Well, happy Saturday, folks. This pile of wood, including a stack of old hardwood flooring that's underneath all this stuff, probably was half of an apartment that got put on the curb a couple years ago. Used to reside right over here. And as you can see, it's no longer there, just a couple scraps. This is all going down to the homestead. This can all be used for different things. Take all the nails out. The pallets are going to be used to create an airspace between the tarp and the floor decking, the underlayment, the OSB, so that condensation doesn't collect and form up and turn my hard work into oatmeal. Alrighty, ready to head out and get down to the homestead. Later. Well, there's part of the wood undone. All this is lumber that came out of the horse stables at the Bangor Fairgrounds. They've been taken out because the horses have kicked it and chewed it and everything else. They had to be replaced because it wasn't going to hold up as a stable stall wood anymore. So it went out on the pile, and I came by and loaded it up a year or so ago. And now it's no longer out behind my parents' barn. It's underneath what's going to be our house, where it will be safe and all sitting on pallets. We're also reclaimed, and all these pallets are going to get stacked up over here in the corner somewhere, out of the way for now. And when I get the flooring all done, I'm going to have a couple big tarps to put over it, but I'm going to put the pallets on the decking and then put the tarps over. And maybe I'll use what's left of those 2x10 stringer material. There's 10 of those left, and hopefully that'll keep some airspace between the tarps and the floor so that it won't collect condensation. Anyway, going to take this old hardwood flooring that came out of the Bangor housing apartment, and it's going to go on the scrap pile. Then the pallets are going to go over here, and I think I'm going to have enough left in my tank to move these logs, and you can just make out where that grass has not been cut down. Move all those logs over to where you see that storm door and that white sign sitting over there, which also, by the way, is a crabapple tree. Okay, more later. Thought I'd do another one of those helpful tips, and again I'm doing this one-handed because I don't have the tripod set up right now. This is my first aid kit. It stays behind the seat. I just have it hanging on that strap and just hang it on the headrest right there. And just it stays behind the seat all the time. I've got you know, the basics. Let's see if I can get in here. There's oh, salt and pepper just in case. Oh, sorry. Alright, I'll do that later. I got some band-aids. I got some Neosporin, which, by the way, I had to use today because one of those barn boards had a nail and I hooked myself on it. So yeah, I got some band-aids, different sizes, which I needed because those, here it is, those joist hangers have sharp edges, and I got knuckles on both hands. This one was the worst, so I had to have a band-aid for that. I've got some regular gauze pads, which in French is actually tampon, so now we know. And I think I have some feminine hygiene pads in here somewhere. I should have unzipped all this, sorry. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, I got some tape. I got some maxi pads, which are perfect for soaking up blood. I got some aspirin. Sorry if I'm not doing a good job at the camera here. I really should set up the tripod. And I believe I have an ace bandage, which will also double as a gauze wrap. You know, put one of those Put one of those feminine hygiene napkins on there. Oh hell, just leave it out. Put one of those maxi pads on, wrap it up with that, or wind some tape around it. Have a couple aspirins, band-aids, just the basics, but everything is pretty much there. I even have a pen or a marker, a Sharpie, in case a tourniquet is necessary, so you can mark the date and time. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, just a basic, just a lightweight trauma kit that will cover most basics if you're, say, on the road traveling, or if you're building a house and you have a little boo-boo. If you wind up cutting a finger off with a your circular saw, well, that's a whole different story. But just for basics, that'll do it. I keep it behind the seat of my truck all the time. Nothing in there can freeze except maybe the Neosporin, and I don't think that's going to hurt it. It might have enough alcohol in it that nothing happens. But anyway, that's it. Just another one of those helpful hints from Tim. Later. Well, there. Pallets are stacked right here. The scrap wood is over there. The old stable 2x tongue and groove stuff is there. We're pretty well set. I'm not feeling that ambitious today, so I'm not going to mess with the logs, because I just don't want to have to unhook the trailer and do all that. I'm just going to, and then of course reconnect the trailer and blah 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 blah. I think I'm just going to head up to Sam's Club, fill up 2 gas cans, top off the truck, and call it a day. It is so peaceful here. And yes, Irina, some of these trees, these yucca at the Nash, some. Our boundary is right on the other side of these trees. So peaceful. And this will be the view from our front porch. I'll delete the trash. This will be our view when we sit on our front balcony with our coffee in the morning on our screened-in porch, the veranda. Okay, time to get back to work.